Hello and welcome to episode 2. Today I'm going to look at an archive that contains one photograph that completely blew my mind. Not so much about the composition or the visual impact, but the contribution that the subject made to world history. Not only that, but I think the archive impresses in other ways. I found it fascinating and photographically striking. I'll come to the key image later, but let me show you some examples of the collection. In summary, we're looking at the Swiss-Italian Alps, the USA around California, and finally Scotland. The photographs are from the 1950s, and they've been shot using a medium format camera and using 120 colour transparency film, which was quite expensive at the time. There's a total of 80 glass slides. The Matterhorn seems to feature highly in the alpine photographs, as can be seen here, some stunning images. Photographers managed to capture the grandeur and the scale of this region. At times there's people in the photographs, sometimes the photographer's wife, or at other times it would seem his climbing partners. Check out this rather nice lunch shot. I love this photograph of the woman overlooking a reservoir. It's very evocative. In fact, a version of this was proposed as a possible album cover in a project I was involved in with PJ Moore and Company. Came a close second. There's also some photographs of mountaineering interest, and these are very well documented. It says where the image is taken from, what the altitude is, and what we're looking at in quite some detail. Have a look at a couple of shots from the USA just to give you a flavour of the photographer's style and lifestyle. I love this image, taken at a roadside in California, looking at the Joshua Tree National Park. Definitely some album cover potential. And here's another couple of national park shots. Now we're getting closer. A quick look at Scotland. Again, some interesting photographs of camping and climbing. Here we are outside a hotel in Tongue in the north of Scotland, and various lochside camps. After looking through the collection for a while, I found this image, and it was going to shock me. Visually it's intriguing. There's people on a paddle steamer going down the Clyde, and the photo has been taken as the boat passed Dumbarton Rock. It's marked as Physics Conference Cruise. I managed to identify the boat as the paddle steamer SS George V, which used to sail up to Oban from Glasgow. In addition, I found this self-portrait of the photographer. No name, but shot in front of Glasgow University, which is relevant. So back to the main image. I had the idea of researching the conference, and I managed to identify it as a conference on nuclear physics in Glasgow, which took place in 1954. With a bit more digging, I also sourced and bought the conference papers, and from this I could confirm the full names of the two physicists on the boat, which I won't disclose. They had both authored papers and presented at the conference. I looked further and shockingly discovered that one was a key contributor to the Manhattan Project, which of course was the name given to the development of the nuclear bomb and brought to the fore in the recent Oppenheimer film. The chap on the left was partly responsible for isolating uranium as a fuel source for the weapon, and the other physicist, active in a related field. After this revelation, I managed to contact the families of both men, and one family at least was delighted to have a new photo of their relative. They're trying to find out who the photographer was, and I think a lecturer at Glasgow University. And of course we know a keen mountaineer and traveller. But I haven't yet discovered his name. As always, I'm open to moving on this archive. Please follow or subscribe and look out for the next episode, which will feature Scottish theatre.